Hey collective, welcome. So we're shaking things up and doing something a little bit different today. I just felt the need that to talk to all of you today. And I might still hit on some of the zodiac signs, but definitely I feel this energy coming from the collective, and this energy is revolving around change, because I keep getting the words future, but then I keep getting the words past. So I feel like there's something that needs to come out in the cards today that's going to apply to many of you, not just one zodiac sign, and it's going to refer to this change, whatever this change is that you're going through or you have been going through. And we got a few decks of cards that called to me today that we needed to use and exploring this journey, exploring this change that you're going through in your life. I want to set the tone with these guys here and talk about sort of the energy that you're dealing with right now, or something that you're perhaps even healing from. So we have quite a few cards here. I can feel them already just jumping around, getting ready to talk to you. This is the card that wanted to come out the most. This is your card. So this is Dragonfly, and Dragonfly represents magic. So it says, I embrace my transformation. I courageously let go of the past. The magic of nature is in me. I am brilliant and I am blessed. So this is definitely speaking of this transition, whatever this transition is that the collective is going through. This is what's tying into it, this embracing the future. It's not fighting the transition. This Dragonfly is talking about embracing the transition, looking forward to whatever the changes are that it brings, and the growth and the evolution. Let's see what these psychic oracle cards have to say. We had a bunch that wanted to pop out here. So we have heartache and loss. So this is going to be what we're dealing with here, some sort of a loss that you had in your life. And it might be romantic, it might be somebody else, perhaps somebody who passed, or some other aspect of your life in which there was definitely a loss and you had to deal with all the emotions that came along with it. It's an ending, right? You can't have a new beginning without an ending. And this heartache and loss, this is speaking to the ending that you guys have been dealing with. We also have intuition. So I feel like there's a spiritual aspect here in whatever this transitional period is in your life, in this experience that you're going through, this growth and this evolution. It does include your spirituality, getting in touch with that spiritual side and allowing it to help guide you forward and move forward, helping you to find that purpose and that inspiration and moving on. We also have emotional loss. So still dealing with the loss, the emotions that go along with this heartache and this loss, this if we're using the regular tarot deck, it would be the Tower card. Some sort of an ending that came about that triggered this transition. We have the throat chakra. The throat chakra does represent communication, guys. So this might be you communicating these feelings to yourself, you being able to express them. Guys, this throat chakra could even just be this read here and all of us sitting around and communicating about what's going on and what we're dealing with, this transitional period and the emotions that go along with it. We also have Triumphant Success. It's a beautiful card to get in your read. This card tells me that you're moving in a positive forward way, that success is something that you can attain. We also have the waiting game. So the waiting game does speak to something over time. And guys, it might just be speaking to this healing period that you're going through from this loss, from whatever this is, that this is a process. This is not something that's going to be fixed overnight. This is something that you're moving towards, and every day gets a little bit better. Some days you still have those bad days, but as time goes on, there'll be less and less. We also have spiritual strength. So just what I was feeling in that intuition card is that your spirituality is growing throughout this process. We're going to grab some cards from tarot here too. I want to see what tarot has to say about this process, about this loss. And don't be surprised, guys, if it doesn't get horrendously specific about what this loss is, because I feel like this is speaking to the collective today. So tarot is trying to touch as many lives as possible with this message. And we got one that wanted to pop out right away. So it's the Eight of Pentacles. This Eight of Pentacles, he represents that learning. He can also speak of working hard, that hard work in building towards something, learning towards something. This is tied for some of you towards this spirituality and deepening that understanding for yourself, reaching out to something bigger. It's also speaking to the emotional loss, processing the emotions, being able to dig deep within yourself, to be able to find clarity, to be able to find that closure as well in moving forward. We also have the Four Cups. So Four Cups can represent emotional detachment. This is part of what you're going through as well in healing. You're starting to slowly let go of the past, slowly let go of these emotions, slowly be able to move forward, find that healing, that triumphant success. Like I said, I keep getting pulled back to the waiting game here. It's like this is a journey over time. This is not something that's you're gonna wake up overnight and it's gonna be just absolutely perfect, absolutely better. You won't feel any emotions from the past at all. This is something that takes time to heal and move forward from. But I definitely get the distinct impression from all of these cards that you are embracing this change. You are trying to look at it with optimism. You are trying to look at it with a forward, positive attitude in moving on and moving forward. And the Death card, it represents that transition. So closing the door on one chapter of your life while beginning a new one. So it speaks of endings, but it also speaks of beginnings. And new beginnings, they do come with opportunity. They do come with possibilities. They are very positive, even though they can have some uncertainty within them. In these cards, I see that you are overcoming a lot of that and working hard to overcome that, to look at things in a positive light, to embrace change. And the Six of Wands, I can represent that recognition and reward for moving forward, your hard work starting to pay off, starting to see results of that. And it might be emotional hard work and starting to find some inner peace. Definitely tying into the spiritual strength. And that's going to be part of what keeps you centered in this journey as well, and keeps you in that forward movement and keeps inspiring you. The Ace of Swords, holy crap. So triumph, right? Triumphant success is what we have here now in two different cards, showing you being able to overcome these emotions, you being able to move forward, you being able to find this success, this healing, this moving on. And the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles can represent good news on the way. Pentacles can speak to finances. He's tied to this Eight of Pentacles, this learning, this hard work. What this represents for you, good news within that. And your good news is forward movement. Your good news is this moving on, is finding this spiritual strength, is finding this positive forward way of thinking and feeling, that this embrace, like this dragonfly card says, embracing this change, embracing this transformation, moving forward towards the future. The Nine of Pentacles, happiness and abundance. So many pentacles, we're still pulling on the Pentacles card here and showing how much you're going to be getting from this transformation. We're speaking to all the happiness, all the spiritual strength that's coming from this, that inner peace, that clarity, that closure, that moving forward, embracing change. And the Knight of Wands. So the Knight of Wands can represent that moving on, that moving forward. I can come with a high energy as well. He can also speak to, when he speaks to a person, as somebody sometimes who acts without thinking, somebody who can be a little bit rash. This might tie into, for some of you, what happened from the past and some of what you're trying to let go of, but he definitely speaks of that moving forward, moving on. He can speak of moving residences as well, actually physically moving, because I definitely see a forward way in these cards. I see that this is something that you're working towards, actively working towards rebuilding your life, moving past this heartache, moving on, not allowing it to hold you back. And the Emperor card. So the Emperor card, he is like the epitome of success to me in my reads. When I look at him, I see success. I see confidence. I see capability. I feel emotions that come from him off of this card because I am an empath. So I do get those energies. I get those emotions. I have very beautiful, powerful emotions that come off of him. Lots of empowerment. And this is what you're getting from your journey as well, in moving forward and taking back ownership of your heart, not allowing what this was from the past, this heartache and this loss, this emotional loss, to keep you from moving on, to keep you from evolving, to keep you from growing, to keep you from finding this success and this happiness and abundance in your life. And the Temperance card, it represents that balance between emotion and logic that we all struggle with from time to time. So, but this is... in this card, I feel this is something that you're getting a hold of. This is the distinct impression that I get from it. This is something that you're finding in your life. Your spirituality is a big part of you finding this balance as well. It is tying in very greatly in these cards. I feel pulled back to the spiritual strength. I feel pulled back to that intuition card. Your spirituality is a lot of what's helping you to find this balance, this clarity, this inspiration for forward movement in your life. It's contributing to this Temperance card. And the Nine of Swords, which can represent that feeling trapped, that feeling stuck, sometimes depression, sometimes anxiety, having trouble finding clarity. This is tying into the emotions. This is tying into trying to find clarity from the past. These swords might even represent some untruths that you had to deal with or had to uncover as well. Sometimes the swords can represent lies like that. But I do have this little owl in the window, and the owl represents wisdom. I see within a lot of these cards, your spirituality is what's helping you to find this wisdom. Is what's helping you to find this clarity and this moving forward, being able to let this Nine of Swords, this way of feeling, go and moving on. We also have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords, she's all about that truth, that honesty, that integrity, being true to yourself. She's like shining a light on truth, in finding clarity and moving forward in your past. So whatever this was from the past, you're now moving in a way that's more true to you, and that puts yourself forward, your interests forward, your feelings and your thoughts forward. You now are in the forefront of your mind. You now have become a priority again. And this is part of your embracing your transformation and feeling these beautiful things about yourself, and this confidence, and feeling blessed and connecting with your spirituality. Your spirituality is a big part of guiding you forward on this journey. Alrighty guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I hope the message resonated with you. Feel free to comment. I do love hearing from you guys, and have a great rest of your day. Take care.